You know, if I just drop my coffee mug right now, it shatters on the floor.
Right. And we don't even wonder why.
Exactly. I mean, gravity is this invisible but, undeniably physical force of nature.
Yeah. We measure it, we predict it, we calculate its exact pull without really second guessing if it's real or not.
But when we look at human consciousness, the scientific method usually just kind of stops.
Yeah, it gets treated as like this invisible byproduct of the brain.
Right, not a fundamental building block of the actual universe. Which is why today we are bringing you a deep dive into Yogalah Book 1 by Yehudah Shilo Groskin.
And our mission here is really to understand how consciousness might actually operate as a fundamental mathematically measurable force of nature.
Yeah, one that you can actually learn to wield, which is a wildly ambitious premise. I mean, combining this text with modern neurobiology and quantum physics.
It really is. And so to understand it, we have to look at Groskin's core framework, which is the unified balance theory.
Okay, right, so how does that work exactly?
Well, he takes the established constants of physics, like gravity, electromagnetism, the strong and weak nuclear forces.
The standard stuff.
Exactly, building on the classic equations of people like Einstein and Planck. But then he integrates two major additions.
Oh, right, the FDM and F1 factors.
Right, FDM representing the force of dark matter, and F1 representing consciousness itself.
Okay, wait, I need to challenge this immediately, though.
Go for it.
Because grouping gravity and, strong nuclear forces with a variable for consciousness, that sounds like a poetic metaphor to me.
You mean like positive vibes equal positive energy kind of thing?
Exactly, yeah.
Right.
Not literal, actual physics.
Well, Groskin insists this is strict algebra. I mean, in his equations, human consciousness functions as an exponent, specifically the F value.
An exponent, like literally changing the math.
Yeah. So think of consciousness not as some, mystical spice you add to a recipe. It's more like the literal temperature of the oven.
Oh, I like that. So gravity, dark matter, all those forces are just the raw ingredients.
Yes. And your F1 variable, like your actual conscious state,
Yeah.
dictates whether those ingredients bake into a perfect cake or just, burn to a crisp.
Right. Good choices create what he calls coherence.
Exactly. Mathematical coherence. A measurable state of biological and physical balance.
But wait, if my thoughts are literally an exponent in a physics equation, where exactly is the calculator? How does my physical body process that math?
It actually comes down to cellular metabolic demand. The book points out that ancient texts mapped our internal measurements long before modern neuroscience did.
Right, because most of us operate in what the book calls jagrudi, right?
Yeah, jagrudi. It's a waking state that's basically driven by sensory overload and just daily stress.
And in that state, your brain's default mode network is hyperactive, from what I understand.
Precisely. And when it's hyperactive, it burns through massive amounts of ATP, which is our cellular fuel, just to sustain all that overthinking.
But I mean, burning through fuel creates exhaust.
Yeah, and that metabolic exhaust emits a chaotic, entirely measurable electromagnetic frequency.
Oh, wow. So this biological noise literally disrupts your F1 variable.
Exactly. It throws off your physical alignment with the external forces of the universe, and you enter a state of total incoherence.
So the goal is to get out of that chaos.
Right, to move past the other states, the dreaming and resting states, which are svapna and sushupti, and eventually reach turiya.
Turiya being absolute coherence and equilibrium. But, okay, how does a regular person, like someone sitting in traffic stressing over their bank account, actually stop emitting that chaotic frequency and reach turiya?
Well, you literally have to alter the biological hardware to change the mathematical output. And Groskin's theory aligns perfectly here with modern neurobiology.
By using functional physical tools, right? Like
Yes.
diaphragmatic breathing.
Yeah. By doing that, you force a shift in your nervous system.
Yeah.
You move from that high-stress sympathetic state right into the parasympathetic state.
So you're physically balancing dopamine levels, dropping your heart rate,
Exactly, and most importantly, stopping that rapid burning of ATP.
which quiets down the biological noise.
Right. It stabilizes your electromagnetic output and essentially repairs your F1 equation.
Man, this really transforms the book from just theoretical physics into like an interdisciplinary survival map.
It really does. It merges quantum mechanics with ancient yoga to give you a blueprint for total homeostasis.
So it provides the literal physical tools to stop that biological short circuit.
Yes, and to start mathematically aligning with the universe.
That is wild, and we have so much more ground to cover on this.
Oh, definitely.
In our upcoming series on this book, we're actually going to break down the exact step-by-step physical practices the author provides.
Things like Surya Bhadana or sun and moon breathing.
Exactly, so you can actively learn to pilot your own F1 variable.
It's going to be really practical.
But until then, I want you to consider that falling coffee mug from earlier. If your consciousness is a literal physical force of nature, just like gravity, well, it begs a pretty huge question.
Yeah, what kind of gravitational pull are your current thoughts exerting on the universe around you right now?